chemical equation of photosynthesis. Copy down the chemical equation and be very, very careful when you are writing the chemical equation. Do not make any mistake. Now, if it is asked write the balanced chemical equation, then and if it is if question comes write the chemical equation, all the cases you have to write the balance equation. Here the carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of the carbon dioxide, 12 molecules of the O2, H2O, means water. So carbon dioxide and the water, both the things combine together in presence of the chlorophyll and the sunlight. These two things are must, you have to write. They produce the C6H12O6, it is a glucose molecule. Then that means 1 molecule of the glucose is produced, 6 molecules of water is produced, and 6 molecules of oxygen is produced. So this is a complete chemical equation of the photosynthesis. Write it down. Next, we will learn the process of this photosynthesis. Now the steps, the process of the mechanism of the photosynthesis. Now, the photosynthesis occurs in 2 separate sub-phases. One is the light dependent phase or photochemical phase or light phase. All the things are the same. Light dependent phase, photochemical phase, and light phase. They occurs within the grana or the granum of the chloroplast. Another light independent phase or the duct phase or the biosynthetic phase. So these 2 sub-phases are there in the photosynthesis. Now in your ICSE syllabus, they have mentioned the steps of the, they have mentioned to learn the steps of the light reaction or the light dependent phase or photochemical phase, but the details of the dark phase or the light independent phase is not there. Why it is called light independent? Definitely don't think these phases occur in the night time. Both the phases are there in the daytime only, but this phase is directly dependent on the light dependent phase, and light dependent phase is directly dependent on light. That's why it is called light phase, and this one is called dark phase. But both the phases are occur in the light, and that means in presence of light or daytime. Light phase occurs in the granum of the chloroplast, and dark phase occurs in the stroma or the matrix of the chloroplast. Now, the different phases of the light phase. Now, you write down all the sub-phases, whatever I have written, I am showing. First one, activation of the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll will absorb the photon particles present within the sunlight. Photon particles mean the energy particles present within the sunlight, and they activate and release energy. Next, that energy will split the water molecule whatever absorbed from the soil. It is called splitting of water or photolysis. Photo means in presence of light, and lysis means splitting. So the in presence of light, when water is splitted into H plus means hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion. Don't write H plus and O minus. Don't write it. So in some books it is written. So it will be H2O is splitted into hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion. It's called photolysis. Next is after photolysis, NADPH, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate. So this NADP is a factor which is present within the chloroplast, within the plant cell also. So that NADP combined with the H plus, whatever comes out after splitting of the water molecule, and form NADPH2. It is stored and will be used in the dark phase. Next, this phase is called NADPH2 formation, NADPH formation or NADPH2 formation. Next, oxygen formation. So 4 hydroxyl ions combine and form 2 molecules of water and 1 molecule of the oxygen. That oxygen will be released from the leaf. So it is the main product of the photosynthesis. Last one, photophosphorylation. Photo means light, in presence of light when ADP or adenosine diphosphate will combine with the inorganic phosphate and produce adenosine triphosphate or ATP. This process is called photophosphorylation. I am showing you all the subphases again. Copy it down within the page. Now these are the subphases of the light reaction or the light dependent phase, and next is a light independent phase or biosynthetic phase or the dark phase. There carbon dioxide which is absorbed will be utilized. The NADPH which is produced within the light phase will be utilized. The ATP also will be utilized, and the glucose is produced within the plant, and this glucose can be stored in the form of glucose or can be changed into the starch and can be stored within the plant.